Elder Pastor Vincent Ozugbe, Sagua. Man the devil could not rob. Elder Pastor Vincent Ozugbe, Sagua. A man the devil could not rob from the threshold, was born in 1938 in Oworibala, a town on a distributary off the Forcados River, a short distance by river from Warri, into the family of late Chief and Mrs. Burutu Sagua, who were very meticulous in ensuring that he and his siblings remained diligent, courageous, and disciplined in all spheres of life. This guided Vincent's little beginning as a child. Meanwhile, as the young Vincent grew up, he began to learn about fish farming and sweet potato farming from his father. Hence, the quest for education and values was ultimate. In fact, Vincent's dream of acquiring education later came through when he was admitted at the Roman Catholic Primary School, Warri, at the age of 7. From there, he progressed to the enviable Government College Uheli at the age of 14 in 1952. Vincent's brilliance later accorded him a local government scholarship for the rest of his study at Uheli at the end of the first year. In 1959, he did his Cambridge Higher School Certificate (CHSC) and obtained advanced level passes in 4 subjects while still in school. He also captained the Western Region's cricket team that won the Morocco Clark Cup that year. Vincent was a school prefect and head of schoolhouse for 2 consecutive years, 1958 to 1959. While the young Vincent waited for his results, HSC, he got a job as a research assistant at the African Timber and Plywood Company, SAPLE, in 1960. Later, he undertook another job, a teaching job at the Ansaruddin Grammar School, Surulere. It was there that the news of his admission into the prestigious University College, Ibadan, came, where he was to study medicine as his preference. Contrary to his expectations, Vincent did not obtain a scholarship for medicine, as the federal government decided to offer scholarships for science and none for medicine. He was offered scholarship for zoology. It was a bitter disappointment for him, but thanks be to God that he was accepted in zoology department after a test in January 1961. Gloriously, he finished the degree in 1963 and came top of the class of 10. This gave him hope of a better future. Again, as Vincent grew in experience and exposure, the idea of longing for a family life came gradually, and fortunately for him, one of his last vacations at the university, he met Iyabode Charlotte Ajabe, Iyabo, his wife. But sadly, they were involved in a ghastly motor accident in June 1962. Vincent's arm was broken, while her head was wounded. But who is human to dare question the omnipotent, the all-knowing God, the author and finisher of our faith? But the testimony of today is that Pa Vincent Sagua and his wife are blessed with fruitful children and grandchildren. Work and life. Vincent Sagua started his working career as a fishery research officer in the Federal Department of Fishery, Lagos, in June 1963, and worked there for 5 years before he was sent on training to the United Kingdom in 1968. In February 1972, he was transferred to the New Busa as co-project director of the FAO research project on Lake Kainji. The project, at its expiration in 1975, was upgraded to Research Institute. Due to his industriousness and performance, he was promoted to the position of a director, Kainji Lake Research Institute, the first to be appointed in 1976. In May 1977, he was selected to join a team of 18 League of Nations by the FAO to tour the Republic of China and study her advancement in fish culture. The Federal Director of Fisheries then, Mr. Ghaffar, was also in the team. They had an extensive tour, and Vincent recorded excellent videos and photos for which he was invited by the FAO to come to Rome to show and comment upon at the headquarters. He made a meritorious impression, and FAO subsequently invited him as a consultant to assist in writing a report of the tour. As a director at the Kainji, Vincent did a lot of research and published them. He discovered, described, and published on a new species of African electric catfish, Malapterurus minigeria Sagua, a landmark and unforgettable gesture that has lasted in the minds of scientists across board. In May 1979, he was transferred suddenly to Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, ARCN, as Director of Special Duties. 2 years later, the Minister of Science and Technology, then Dr. Sylvester Ugo, visited Kainji and was impressed with Sagua's work. He requested to post him to Maiduguri to resuscitate the Lake Chad Institute. Sagua was in Maiduguri from March 1981 to 1985, before being transferred back to Lagos as Director of Special Duties in the Ministry of Sciences and Technology. Meanwhile, Vincent Sagua, who also worked with Professor Emmanuel Emervon, the minister proposed the formation of the Department of Science and Technology Promotion, which was approved, and Vincent organized annual Science and Technology Week with exhibitions at the TBS, which were very successful. In August 1998, Pa Vincent finally retired from the civil service at the age of 60 years, as he went to obtain a degree in law and PhD in theology and other qualifications to advance in knowledge and human development. Christianity journey. In 1985, Vincent Sagua gave his life to Jesus Christ, and fishery activities officially came to an end as he began serious studies in the Bible through institutions. A life of ministering, pastoring, teaching, and preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ and evangelism. Vincent was officially ordained as an assistant pastor in August 1993, and he worked closely with the late pastor Adeboyega Adetola. But prior to this, Vincent had discovered that his life before 50 years had much to do with fishing, fisheries research and administration, and so on. He decided to use it for the glory of God, a motivation that led him to serving God. Indeed, Pa Vincent Sagua is a fisher of men for Jesus Christ. Throughout his work as a servant of God, he established branches after his main parish, Redemption Pavilion, Victoria Island, which God gave the name through him. He also pastored in other parishes, Resurrection Parish, Ikoyi, from Engineering Close to off Idowu Taylor, Thamesmead, UK, and a whole lot more. Elder Pastor Vincent Sagua finally bowed out as the secretary of the RCCG headquarters at the age of 70 and was made an assistant elder by the church. Indeed, his life as a servant of God has remained the Bible many read and turned new leaf. In the same vein, Elder Sagua has earned himself honor, fame, and history for generations unborn. It is our belief in God that He lives, reigns, and gains immortality, the price of good work on earth.